Welcome to the Kindness Project, the podcast designed to share stories of kindness and share how kindness can make positive change in our world, one small act at a time. This time on the Kindness Project, Viking Drinking Horns, Alchemy, and We Talk Festival with Don Diffang from Do Me a Favour, Buddy. Welcome, my friends, to the Kindness Project. I am joined by somebody who's lost their intros, which is me, and I'm joined by a girl who I secretly think wants to drink out of a Viking drinking horn. It's Charlotte Dames.
And I'm joined by a man who's still obsessed with the grog in his drinking horn. It's Chris Dames.
And we're also joined by our guest podcast host, a man whose favourite saying is, "Do me a favour." It's Don! Hello, mate, how are you? Yeah, thanks for coming back, we appreciate it. So yeah, we are a bit obsessed with Viking drinking horns at the minute.
Yeah, we saw them like 3 times. I was like...
But is the unofficial question, right, and what I want you two to do is tell me the answer to this. What's the weirdest thing you've ever drunken out of?
Wow. Oh dear.
I mean, I had a Game of Thrones mug, and it was massive. Sam bought it for me, and it was like twice. And it, you know, for me, if you have a cup of tea, the bigger the receptacle. I mean, I drink cups of tea out of a bucket. Honestly, I think that's the ideal receptacle for a cup of tea. But this massive mug was the favourite one. What's yours?
I don't know.
Have you got a massive mug?
I've got an owl mug. And it's got an owl face on it, and every time I clean it, I have to scrub the lime scale at the bottom.
Oh, lovely.
Tea I drink from it.
Is that because it's been in your bedroom?
No, even if I drink 1 cup of tea from it, I have to scrub the lime scale at the bottom because it gets stuck on the bottom.
I don't know if this is all teenage bedrooms, Dom, but Charlotte's bedroom is often...
I haven't got a single cup up there at the moment.
Do you hoard cups?
It gets like 5 or 6 or
I used to do that a lot. I
haven't got a single cup.
There'd be the place where cups go to die.
Exactly.
My mum thinks I go to IKEA once a week.
And potentially create science experiments, right?
Oh, I made blue tack with shaving foam in that bedroom once. Best shit.
Sorry, what was that? Blue tack with shaving foam? How does that work?
I have no idea. I couldn't replicate it either.
No, you cannot make blue tack with shaving foam. That's right.
But it works.
What's your? Yeah, I will.
Equal balance.
Do you remember that Blackadder sketch where did you ever into Blackadder? When he said, "I have made pure green. I love green." Do you remember that? That is amazing. You're looking.
No, Alchemy just makes me think of the anime. Yeah.
What anime?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, what was that about? Alchemy.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favourite mug? Have you got a mug that you just love to drink out of?
Maybe his favourite mug is his own face.
Charming.
Actually, my mum did get me a mug and it does say Dom on it. So.
Maybe. Yeah, not egotistical at all. I'll drink out this mug with my own name on. Yeah. I wonder, right? I wonder whether tea out of a shot glass would be as nice as tea out of a giant mug. I genuinely think the bigger the receptacle with tea, the better. What do you reckon?
Would you drink tea out of a swimming pool?
If it was made of tea. I mean, if it was filled with tea.
Yeah.
No, you can't do you've got to do the arm thing, haven't you? I mean, this is rubbish for a podcast, me just doing reactions like that. The arm thing. You can't do the arm thing with a swimming pool.
Would you not just sit at the edge and sip from it?
What, dip your head in a cup of tea?
You can have like a digestive and just gently...
Oh, no. A giant digestive dipped in a swimming pool and just nibble that. Oh, that is amazing.
I think we've gone off track.
What's new? What is new? But yeah, a swimming pool full of tea. You wouldn't want to swim in somewhere you drank. Oh, that's the thing, would you? Do you know what I mean?
Drink first and then swim.
And then what? Just bin it?
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, we have decided that a swimming pool is the best receptacle for a cup of tea, apparently. So I don't know where that came from.
To anyone who's
That wasn't
this
the.
part, I'm so sorry.
That wasn't. But if you're one of our regular listeners, which there's more and more of now, yeah, you've got used to it by now. Question of the podcast, the official question of the podcast, though, is what's the one thing you've tried that you'd never try again, apart from swimming a cup of tea?
I've never done that, but that does sound intriguing.
While you're thinking about that, Don and Charlotte, can you let our listeners know where they can get in touch
So
with us?
we have this fancy thing called Twitter, and it's quite cool. So you're at Hollow Kindness.
You did the age. What's going on? It's good.
So sorry. Anyway, we have Facebook, and if you go in the search bar and the Kindness Project or Hollow Kindness, or it's one of those. Anyway.
99 episodes in. We are 99 episodes in. If you put the Kindness Project into the Facebook bar, you find us.
And it also works with Google, funnily enough. And also, we have an email, holla@thekindnessproject.co.uk.
Yeah, and I've realised...
Did I cover them all?
Yeah, well, I've realised that I did promise Don some merch, which you will get. I'm going to get Russell to order it today, but there is
merch. I don't know if anyone is ordering.
There is merch available on the website, and 100% of the money comes to me. No, charity. I mean charity. I don't want any of it. So we've had some time to think about the question.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you've tried that you never try again?
Now I don't know what it's called, but that thing we had in Japan at the market, and it was like a fish thing.
Oh yeah, that's my one as well, Charlotte. I mean, the crab was good.
The crab was good.
The matcha ice cream was good. But what was that thing? Was it a sea urchin?
Yeah, I think it was. And it was orange. And I think I licked it and just...
it wasn't good.
Never again.
Wasn't good. I think sea urchin is my one as well. I mean, you know what? When we went to Japan, Don, we had a very close call, right? Yeah. So we went into this restaurant. Yeah. The sea urchin was something we regretted trying. But we went into this restaurant, and it was a really funky place because you got to cook your own dinner. So they had grills all around the thing, and you pick your meat and you cook your own dinner. So we walked in, and we got the tourist menu. Mm-hmm. And the tourist menu had, is it Wagyu beef, the famous beef? It had Wagyu beef basically all over it. And the Wagyu beef was £380 each.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at the price, did a bit of a mental cost translation and thought, there's got to be something cheaper than this. So we asked for the Japanese menus, didn't we? And actually the meal cost us about £20 for two of us. Okay. But I'm just wondering how many people go into that place and go, feel a bit intimidated and go, I'll have that one. And my taste buds aren't sophisticated enough to recognise Wagyu beef.
It's beef.
It's beef. It's just beef. Just beef. Good beef. Expensive beef, but just beef.
Stick it on the griddle, pull it off, done.
I did like the process of
watching it burn.
It felt a bit like sort of caveman-esque, just making my own dinner. But yeah.
Likes the fire.
So I've gone off track again. What thing have you done that you never do again?
Well, actually, I mean, for me, it's just a simple lesson that takeaway food, especially Chinese food, has a sell-by date. Yeah. So there was one time I think I got a Chinese takeaway, and for some reason I didn't get around to eating it that same night, and nor the night after that, because of life gets in the way. And then so finally when I had a chance to eat it, I warmed it up in the microwave, took it upstairs, sitting there like chomped down on the Chinese takeaway, and not 5 minutes had eaten this, had it basically violently left my body. And I had no chance to make it to the toilet or the bathroom. It was like a scene from The Exorcist. It was unreal. and it taught me a valuable lesson.
Yeah. Shelf life.
Definitely.
Well, it sounded like you did let it go, mate. To be honest, I mean,
I cannot hear that phrase without thinking of the song.
Well, Frozen. I think what Don's describing wouldn't feature in any Disney film, to be honest. Unless Disney are making a film called 2 Day Old Chinese that I don't know about. But I think one day's the limit. But the weird thing is with takeaways, I quite like leaving it a day and eating it cold. Like pizza. Pizza. You're not impressed.
I don't mind cold pizza from like one of the big names or like anywhere that they put it in the nice oven. Yeah. But if you do it like in your home oven and it's really thin and it gets slightly burnt, it's just not nice cold.
What are you talking about, like a supermarket pizza?
Yeah, I don't like them when they're cold.
What are the big names then?
Like Domino's and Pizza Hut and
Papa John's.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Do you want to mention some others, just so we don't?
Other pizza companies.
Other pizza providers are available.
Oh, I heard Mum say something similar to that the other day, and I was like, she's learning.
We used to talk about that all the time, didn't we, on the podcast? I mean, I think like episode number 38, we were just mentioning brands for about 20 minutes.
just to say, other companies are available.
Yeah. Other pizza providers are available. So,
sweet moment.
So, listeners, we'd like to hear the things that you have done but never done again. Let me ask you a question. What have you done and loved and can't wait to do again? Because this year, my one was a parachute jump. I am going to definitely do another parachute jump.
See, there's one that I'd love to do again.
What's that?
But I hated it at the moment.
Is that sleep?
No, but I hated it at the point I did it. But now I want to do it again. But I want to do it somewhere. I'd love to do another open mic poetry night.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you write your own stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I'd love to do another one of them, but maybe not.
Well, let's go back. Maybe not that one.
Maybe not that one.
You know what? We had an event in Covent Garden a couple of days ago. It was on that road. It was where the Poetry Cafe was. And it didn't. I was telling the story of that night we went to the open mic poetry night, because there were some really interesting poets there. There was a guy who combined poetry with jiu-jitsu. Never seen it before in my life. Impressive stuff.
Especially with all the music in the background as well. Yeah. Ambient literature. With stage.
Yeah, it was good. And then there was a lady, the woman in the red dress. So there was a lady there who was introduced.
The woman.
Introduced as it was Susan or something like that, wasn't it? And she walked up and went, "Don't call me Susan, call me the woman in the red dress." And I'm gonna.
You were taking notes.
I'm gonna. It was interesting. And she started with a poem about sex and sweets, and I genuinely can't look at a sherbet dib dab in the same way ever again. I mean, it was one of the funniest, most bizarre experiences of my life. But it's open mic poetry, and people come and do their own thing. You know, you've got to accept that you're. And actually, it was good, wasn't it?
It's good.
Yeah, you know,
it's a little awkward.
I mean, your one was amazing.
What was yours about?
I did 3. I think I did the one about all the different things, and they all lead back to thinking about just one person, because you can think of anything and it would lead you back to the person you think of most. And then I did one about the 2 dragons, I think, or was it? I don't know. I definitely did those 2.
You did 2, didn't you?
Yeah. I did the one about the cage, and I did the one about the counter.
But you've got more to do.
I've got like 20.
So should we try and find another one to go to then?
Yeah.
Cool, let's do that. And on that note, let's crack on with the show. So, Don, thank you so much for coming back on, mate. Really appreciate it. It's amazing to have you back. You've been having a summer of festivals, haven't you? Tell us about that.
Yes. So, do me a favour, buddy. The platform for matching people to do acts of kindness. We partnered with the We Are Here Festival, And we had a great time. It was amazing that we were able to match people together to do acts of kindness. We also worked with some really amazing organisations like Sleep Pod, and we were creating like shelters for refugees and for the homeless. So we actually ended up building 300 of these shelters and devices, and it was all done by people power and the power of human kindness. It was
amazing.
Nice.
How many people volunteered?
Oh, do you know what? It was in the hundreds. I lost count, honestly. Yeah.
And what are the shelters built out of? Are they?
So they're built out of like building material.
Okay.
So Ian, the founder, he's got a building background, and he went to, I believe, like Dunkirk, one of the refugee camps, and felt really moved and inspired, along with his friend Justin and Pete, to set up this company called Sleep Pods, and then we matched together with them prior to the festival, and we provided volunteers for them.
Amazing.
It was really great because we were in this big tent, making these shelters, and like we were listening to like reggae music and like having cups of tea, and as we were building this stuff, it was.
But you know what? That is, I mean, you can have fun being productive, can't you?
Great.
And
really good guys.
I bet there was a really like sort of good community atmosphere and stuff like that. Yeah.
It was really funny because this girl came in and she said that she'd lost. She needs to charge her phone, and she had I think she had an iPhone. Of course, there are tons of other phones that people.
She might have had a Samsung or a Google Dart.
Exactly.
Or a Nokia.
Exactly. So.
Blackberry.
Indeed.
Or a Blueberry.
Indeed. And like we didn't have the dock, so I ran off to.
What phone was it?
It was an iPhone.
Oh, it might have been no. Let's not go there. Right.
So I went up to, and like I had a friend who had a stall there, and like we were charging it there, and then like she went off like to have fun at the festival, and then so when she came back I wasn't there, and then like she was wondering like have I stolen the phone and everything like that. So the kindness guy, like it was all a ruse, he just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So of course, like somebody gave me a call, and I came back, and like with her phone and charged, and she just was, beside herself. She just almost like collapsed on the floor, just like she'd gotten this phone back.
Yeah.
That's why you gave it to her in the first place. So kindness does exist. Music festival.
Yeah. And I think music festivals are quite a good environment for kindness because everybody's getting together. Everybody's there to enjoy it themselves. And they are friendly little microcosms of life, aren't they? I wonder how you create that atmosphere in a wider world. What is it about a music festival that makes it good?
I think you're bonding there because you've got a shared interest in music. And I think it's just a good place to like lose your inhibitions and like all these social norms that not talking to strangers or not sharing things. And I think music festivals are a good environment to just remove all these barriers.
I think you're right. I think part of that is about just letting your barriers down. You're in a relaxed environment where you let your barriers down, and often in life part of the reason we don't enjoy it as much is because we put those sort of shelters out like that too much. But it's so how's Do Me a Favour Buddy going then?
It's going from strength to strength. I'm really kind of amazed. Especially from the festival, we met so many people that volunteered along with us, and I met so many good friends. People that I consider friends that were strangers before. And so we're just redesigning the site at the moment, and we're working on the app. And we're also like trying to link up with more festivals so that we can repeat the experience and just take over the world.
Minor ambitions, Don. I like your plans for growth. Should we volunteer for Don next time he does a festival? We're definitely going along, aren't we?
Please do, yes.
Yeah, we're definitely going along. Oh, I love a good festival. Who's playing at the festival?
They had some really, really good, acid jazz.
Jazz.
As well, jazz. You would love
jazz. I love jazz. You know what Sophie said to me the other day? Did I tell you this?
No.
She went to me. Sophie's my youngest. She went to me, Dad, Can you please turn that playlist off of Spotify? I've got a jazz headache. What is a jazz headache?
It's the headache I get when you play too much experimental jazz.
I know experimental jazz I get. This was like a smooth jazz, like early morning, get up. Yeah.
Was it your
amazing.
constant jazz playlist that you played pretty much 24/7?
What's the matter with my jazz playlist? you know what, right? I have put. I'm taking. Other music types are available.
Yeah, nothing with a bit of old-fashioned American rock.
Yeah, you quite like the 70s rock in a minute, which is...
It's kind of sort of like garage rock, like Detroit stuff.
I think so.
Okay.
I kind of just like clutched onto it and kind of just like it now.
Yeah, what artists are you into?
Like AC/DC, The Kinks.
Oh, right,
The Kinks, yeah. Kinks are a London band, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but most of the songs on the playlist are by American bands.
Okay.
The Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like their songs.
Don't Fear the Reaper's an amazing track.
Don't Fear the Reaper and Burning for You are my two favourites.
Yeah. I'm going super camp at the minute because my favourite song at the minute is Liza Minnelli's Cabaret. I'm really enjoying that. And you know why? Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton. Have you seen Hamilton yet?
Hamilton, Into the Heights,
No,
on
not
Trump
yet.
Street.
It was actually, I have a lot of frustration with Hamilton because when I went to New York, like many years ago when it came out, there was this kind of like daily lottery that you could go into.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with entering into this lottery because I didn't win at all. And it kind of ruined my holiday because every single day I was like,
and paying for tickets in New York for Hamilton is mad, isn't it? You know, like the cost of it. We saw it in London, didn't we? Amazing. But yeah, it was really good. But he did Desert Island Discs a few weeks ago, and Cabaret was one of his songs. So I'm a bit.
It's because he's a musical man.
He is a musical man. But he picked a lot of like his music tastes are super diverse. So he had a lot of rap on there, a lot of Latino style, like because he's from. Where's he from originally? Can you remember?
I didn't pay attention when I listened to Into the Heights.
Oh, okay. But yeah. So but interestingly, his range is, and he picked. He used to be a teacher when he first started, and he picked one of his student songs as well. And he that was the song that he'd take to the island because that would remind him of how he's inspired somebody else. I really like that. So while we've got you on, Don, I thought it'd be good to have a look at Do Me a Favour, Buddy, live.
Oh.
This could go wrong. This could go very wrong, but we might be all right. To see what sort of favours are currently on Do Me a Favour. So I've literally just signed up. So guess how many karma points I've got?
100. Is that bad karma or good karma?
Rubbish. I've literally not made enough effort. But let's just take a look and see what other people can do. Right. So
this is the moment where the site will crash.
Yeah. It's all going to go wrong. Right. Let's have a look at Discover. Is that where I go?
Discover, yeah.
Let's go to Discover. Right. Okay. So I'm going to put London because we're in more close to London. And we're going to put... Actually, I'm going to look at the requests. So let's see what... I will drag at your event. A bit of... Good bit of drag. Let's have a look. So that's from Julian Quintin. I don't know what one's Julian. There's a group photo there, and literally he will come and drag at your event. That's quite a good offer. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Has that happened in the past? Have we had like drag queens like sort of come along? That sounds like a good one. I like the idea of that. I will help you take a photo. I will help you build your tent.
Okay. Wow.
And this is from the festival. Come and volunteer to...
the blue ones are the ones that are out of date. Look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's 0 days to go, isn't it?
Yeah, so they've expired. You can't take part in those.
All right, cool. So what's been your favourite Favour that's been done?
Do you know what? I like there's one called Notes of Love.
Right.
Yeah, and I really like that this woman used the platform to collect notes of love for her fiance. So we managed to get notes of love from all around the world to help her declare love for her fiance. It was really great.
That's adorable.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really good.
We've started doing it while we've been away, haven't we? There's a thing that we love called Postcards of Kindness.
Oh, nice.
And we've started to do it. We did it while we were in Holland, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
And the started by a lady who works for a care home up in Manchester, who realised that number one, loneliness was a big thing with the elderly, and number two, these people just didn't have any connection outside the home. So she started requesting people send her residents postcards from around the world saying hello. And we've started to get involved. We reached out to her and said, look, we love what you're doing, come and have a chat at the podcast. And it's really spread. So it's spread throughout all these care homes in the UK. Because I think kindness is also about connection, don't you? Just like making sure that you're sort of engaging with people at that age. We had a. Do you remember when we interviewed Jason? I don't know if you saw this one, Don. So there's a guy that I know, really nice guy, who got paired up with somebody in their mid-80s, just as a friend, and that. Those charities like Age UK do a lot of it, and there's other charities that do it, that just connect people so they can befriend is amazing stuff. So let's have a look at what requests are outstanding at the minute. Can you recommend a dog groomer in the Dulwich area? Make sweet music with Noe or Noel. She's a singer-songwriter in North London, and she's working on her EP. And she's looking for a producer.
Oh, wow.
Maybe our silent producer and podcast editor Russ would be up for that.
Alternative pop, Florence and the Machine, Lord, King Princess.
Oh, you love a bit of King Princess, don't you? Okay, so that's a good one.
I can cue in the line for you or something.
That is a really good one. I'll lend you my poncho. I like that one. And I will help you take a poncho. I love those. They are amazing stuff. Has there been one that's been the most popular?
I can't think off the top of my head. I mean, we've had the weird and the wonderful there, but yeah, I can't think off the top of my head about a single one that's been like the most popular.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the future, because we were talking earlier, and you want to be like the Uber of kindness, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think, hopefully once we finish the app version. But yeah, I just had this vision that basically, if you want to do an act of kindness, or if you need help, or an act of kindness, that you could use our app, and you could get that from anywhere at any time from anyone.
Yeah.
And also we had some really good feedback from the festival, which was really that people really love volunteering.
Yeah.
And if you put volunteering under the context of having an experience, because people feel that when you ask them to volunteer for things, that they don't have time.
Yeah.
But if you see it as something that's integral to your life and a wonderful new experience, you really see that people just jump into this feet first. So that's one of the things that I hope that in the future we're going to have these really kind of curated volunteer experiences for people that will really be life-changing for them, and that they'll do good while feeling good at the same time. So
love it.
That's what I see is going on.
Amazing stuff. Or anything we can do to support that, Don, you know, you know we're there to do it. So, anything else you want to add?
No.
Any spoken word?
Any poet? Do you want to turn it into a poetry jam as we're here?
Poetry on the fly. Maybe another time. Maybe after we're done recording, I'll share my latest piece, but
Awesome.
not on the mic. Thank you.
Fair enough. Should we get on with the show?
Tis the end.
Take two was better than take one, definitely. What was that? What was that little whine at the end? Tis the end. Oh. Oh, okay. It's the end of episode 99.
1, 2, skip a few, 900.
We are nearly on episode 100. Where's my life gone? Yes, and last week's question of the podcast had, to be fair, some responses, but a few very muted responses. But some very funny responses, to be fair. So we'll go through them. Alan, the question of the podcast is.
If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
Yeah, Alam Ahmed said there's too many to choose from, and he's added a little gif saying pineapple, banana, orange, like loads of different fruits.
It's a fruit, and then it says I heart fruit. Picture of a fruit salad.
Scrolling fruit, yeah. So Alam Ahmed is a fruit salad. Chris Budd said he's already a bit of a peach. David Dennison said he's a potato because he don't like fruit. Alan Cass is a kumquat.
I don't know what that is.
And Sue Conyu is a pineapple. Soft, juicy, and the colour of sunshine to make you smile.
Aww.
Very sweet, Sue. We like that a lot. But then moving on to my favourite answer by a man called John Bean. And he just said, I'd be a legume.
Legume is a bean, isn't it?
It is. So John Bean would be a bean. Well done, John Bean. You know nothing, John Bean. No, John Bean, you're amazing. Thanks for your initial entry into the Kindness Project podcast. And Elliot Daniels said, I'd be any fruit that you could buy with high expectations, but by the time you come and eat it, it's gone bad. Probably an avocado.
Avocado's in that very small window. If you don't eat it in that window, it's terrible. But if you eat it in that window, it's great.
True that. And on that note, my friends, and on a shorter than normal end of the Kindness Project podcast, and looking forward to episode 100.
It is truly the end.
Goodbye.